making this video specifically for individuals that are overseas that are looking to land an online sales role, land a better one if they're already in one, and really just advance in their career and build a long term sustainable income in US dollars. Maybe you're already making money online as a setter, and you're from a second or third world country, or maybe you're just starting. I want to teach you how many of my students that have been in very unfortunate situations have come up and had success. Now, I just want to get the elephant um, in the room out of the way. I'm obviously a white guy, right? I'm very privileged to grow up within Canada and live within the US and a few other places. And I can't necessarily relate to you guys, but I want to explain to you guys the practical things that I teach inside of my community, but also what a lot of other individuals have done that I've seen overseas that have had a large amount of success do, and how you can emulate it as well. Just a little bit of background on me. I've been lucky enough to manage and coach for some of the biggest people in the online space, managing their teams, coaching their students. And I've seen thousands of sales reps come and go in this industry, land roles. And I've seen a lot of overseas individuals come through and crush it, and then a lot of them fail. Just for reference, I have a physical call center in Ethiopia. We are looking to expand that operation. We have currently about 14 to 15 staff. And I just came back from Ethiopia, from South Africa, where we did 5 events. And we're looking to open up another physical center and help get all of them jobs as well. I've seen the immense value of people overseas and how much value you bring to businesses. I think the biggest issue is you guys being able to properly communicate that value, which is what I'm going to be going into here in just a second. But this is specifically for people that are in countries like South Africa, Nigeria, India, anywhere where you feel like you're at a massive disadvantage getting into the US market. I just want to break down and just kind of go on like a tangent of like some small practical things that you can do to be perceived as a higher status, and for you to be able to get access to roles. Now, first and foremost, I want to get this out of the way. The earlier you invest into this and accept that this is the truth, then the easier the later processes of your career is going to be. So the truth is that the world's just a racist place. That's just how it is. If you're from overseas and if you have like a unique name, people within the US that have businesses, they're going to subconsciously view you as lower status, not worth their time. Okay? That's just how it is. There's no way of getting around this. There is no way of avoiding this. Okay? The best thing that you guys can be doing, especially if you want to make a lot of money, is you guys have to adapt. I'm not telling you guys to change your culture. I'm not telling you to change your beliefs. But I strongly advise you to take specifically lessons within American speech. There's tons of apps and there's tons of things online where you can practice American accents so that whenever you are on calls, you're going to be much more presentable. One thing I want to emphasize is that it's an actual skill, right? Like if you take time every single day to invest in improving your American accent, whenever you hop onto calls within 1 to 2 to 3 years, it's going to make the process so much more smoother. I'm not telling you to rip away from your old identity, but if you want to have success, especially overseas, adopting an American accent is the most important thing. Now, second thing, you want to be viewed as extremely resourceful, okay? Everyone here that is in this online space, I want to emphasize that regardless of if you guys get a job or not, you guys need to always be networking. You guys need to always be putting yourself out there and always adding value through interacting with other people's stuff, making them feel heard, but then also posting authentic, engaging things that actually make other people sit there, read, and actually enjoy what they read. It's not a chat GPT post where they're actually learning about you, okay? I don't want to tell you guys to build a massive personal brand, but the truth is that there's many platforms like school, Facebook, Twitter, where there's thriving communities full of many other sales reps and business owners and recruiters, okay? So adding value in those ways is extremely important. Find your communities, okay? Find the platforms and the ecosystems that you enjoy the most, that are the easiest to use, that you have the most conversations with, and join those ecosystems and constantly engage and participate with them, okay? You're going to be building long-term sweat equity, and you're going to be building long-term perceived value with the people that are in these communities. Because every time they're in them, they're always going to see that this individual is posting authentically, engaging with everyone else's stuff, okay? Next, one thing I cannot emphasize enough is that people do not think enough outside of the box when it comes to leverage, okay? If you're in this industry, again, you're probably looking for a role, or you're in a role looking to get better, or et cetera, et cetera. You are competing with other salespeople. And a lot of the times, most people view sales reps as opponents if you're a sales rep yourself, because you're competing for the same job. But what if I offered you a different perspective? And what if you could use all of these sales reps that you're networking with, that you're seeing in these groups, as assets to allow you to get access to better circles and for you to be perceived as a higher status, for you to get into better roles and be paid more? Okay? Let me explain what I mean by that. What is always in demand in this industry of like coaching and consulting? It's sales reps. Sales reps aren't going away, and they're always in need. And one thing that I've done, and one thing that I preach to all of my students, especially to the ones that are overseas, is that like if you want to gain leverage, if you want to put yourself into positions to get access to specific people, then you just need to go where the starving crowd is. And where that starving crowd is always with sales reps. So it's super simple. Just position yourself as a recruitment agency. Okay? In your bios, say yes, you're a sales rep, but you also help recruit and connect salespeople with salespeople, because you're doing it anyways. You're already connecting with sales reps all day. You're already in these groups, okay? So now whenever you go to connect with these business owners, or whenever you're hopping on interviews, you're not just an individual that doesn't have a lot of setting experience and, you're just starting out, but you've also helped a lot of other people get jobs. And you take a conscious effort to take a lot of time to do recruitment to connect good people with good people. That subconsciously on interviews shows that you are in it for the long run, you are consistent, and you're in it for adding value, okay? But not only that, it's going to give you guys so much more leverage, because now people are going to go to you constantly for sales reps. And the most important thing in the world is being relied upon, okay? So first and foremost, the biggest thing is adopt the American accent, okay? Second, think of yourself as a recruitment agency, okay? Start collecting sales reps into a Rolodex, into a spreadsheet. Keep your contacts open. Build relationships. Use sales reps as assets. If you refer a really good sales rep to a business, that business owner is going to be forever grateful for you, because that sales rep made them hundreds of thousands of dollars, which will be in debt to you. It's the easiest way for you guys to gain leverage, for you guys to be able to make more money, to get access to the better rooms, so you're able to build a long-term sustainable income, which is what we all want. Would we all agree? Okay? Inside of my training, if you guys go into school, you guys can just type in appointment setting into the school groups. You guys can join my community, and I teach more about this all for free. Those are the two really main points I just want to get across here, and that's the kind of problem that I see most people are facing, especially whenever it comes to overseas. You guys just have to be brutally consistent, improve your accent, and adopt, okay? Adopt to what's working, buy into what's working, okay? And then secondly, leverage the people that you already have in your network, okay, as assets, okay? In bigger picture, guys, the biggest thing I want to kind of break down as my last point is like every culture is different, right? Indian culture is different from Asian culture compared to Nigerian culture. And one thing that I want you guys to all really be conscious of is being self-aware, okay? It's identifying your own strengths and weaknesses. And it's taking a fly-on-the-wall approach to do some research on your culture, your family history, and what tendencies mostly align within those cultures and those beliefs that may not serve you within today's market. And take time to be more self-aware of not only your current environment, the people around you, and how you were raised within your physical environment, but like mentally. How do you feel? Like, what limiting beliefs do you guys have that make you feel like you cannot compete in the American market and outcompete Americans? Because I can tell you that you guys are not competing with anyone pretty like with anyone special. The competition and the people in America that you're competing with for jobs, like they're not going to work any harder than you. They're going to leave the position. They're entitled. They live in their mom's basement in Ohio, right? So the bottom line that I'm trying to get to is that like be more self-aware, adopt American customs because that's just the truth. If you want to compete in the American market, you got to adopt the accent. You got to become more presentable, and leverage the people that you have around you, and leverage and position yourself as a recruitment agency, so that you can have value from absolutely nothing. Hope this helps.